what's going on? It's the Petrol List. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dalton from the Petrol List, and I actually thought about time-lapsing this process of getting in and out of the Miata that I built for the track, but I decided to just kind of talk through it because it's fairly pertinent to what I wanted to talk about, and that is building a track car. So, there are certain things that people don't tell you when you build a track car. They look cool. They look cool as heck. They're fun. They get a lot of attention. They handle really well. By the way, I'm putting on the gloves not because I'm a poser and I want to look cool, but because the steering wheel is Alcantara. And the gloves work a little bit better for grip purposes. And they kind of preserve the life of the upholstery, if you will, on the steering wheel. So, what I wanted to talk about today is building a track car has its downsides. They're the ones that everybody talks about. If you put a roll cage in the car, then you can crack your head open like a walnut, and that's not good. If you get an accident, you get the harnesses, and they're hard. It makes the car hard to get in and out of. I personally have door bars sitting right here. It kind of goes up to my thigh, so in a small car like a Miata, it makes getting in and out of it a bit more difficult, which contributes to the part of the reason why I don't have, or why I have a detachable steering wheel. For me, I had put the racing seats extra low so that I could get below the roll bar, and I'm actually significantly below the roll bar now. But if you're above the roll bar, essentially you don't have a roll bar, right? Your head's above it. I haven't gotten into any reliability issues because I did not change anything about the motor. It's still the 140 or 150 horsepower engine that it's always been from the factory. It's probably a little less horsepower now that it's older, but that's exactly how I wanted it. I wanted to be able to outdrive the car before I changed anything about the power. And now that I've done a lot of suspension and brake work, the car has a lot more ability than I have talent. And I will tell you, I am enjoying the process of learning how to push it to its limits. Now, besides the inconvenience and all that of getting in and out of the car, the stiffness of the ride, the vibration that gets transmitted through the racing seats, because these seats are just aluminium. Been watching too much British TV. Aluminum. There's the fact that this car just is not as fun on the road anymore. Now, you might be saying to yourself, what do you mean? You've done all this stuff. It handles and turns and it's stiffer. Yeah, all that is true. But the result of that is you have to push the car a lot harder. I mean, a lot harder to get anywhere near the limit. Now, when I first got this car, And I wish I would have filmed a little bit more with this car stock than just me listening to Madonna. But when I first got the car, going around a corner at like 30 miles an hour with its, you know, floppy, non-reinforced chassis. Sorry, I gotta go over slow, otherwise I'm gonna bottom out. My gosh, another stress point. Anyway, going around a corner at like 30 miles an hour, that was fun. I mean, if I really, really pushed it, I could let the back end out a little bit. Now, it sticks to the road. I'm nowhere near the limit at normal speeds. And I'm at the point where if I really, really want to have fun and feel the exhilaration, I've got to be pushing the car really hard. And the only place to safely do that, sorry, I got stuff in the back, is at the racetrack. And let's face it, most of us don't get out to the racetrack nearly as often as we would like. I know a couple of guys that do get out to the racetrack as often as they like, so that's not always true. But yeah, this car now truly outperforms public roads, and that is one downside of building a really proper track car that can take long sweeping corners at like 90 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, whatever. I don't know. 100 might be a bit much. And I am not talking about sharp turns, but on the track, you can really hold on to some grip if you've got everything balanced right at some astonishingly high speeds, especially if your car is low to the ground, light, sticky tires, good sway bars, which is, you know, everything that I've done to this car. And the result is it's great on the track and a little bit less interesting on the road. That's something they don't tell you.